Sean Payton did a lot of talking when he got to Denver. He did a lot of talking. He threw people under the bus, including Russell Wilson. The defense was good the last couple of years. The defense has been good. That's really all there's been, especially last year. That's all there was to say about Denver. They've regressed. They've definitely regressed. But when you give up 70 points in an NFL game, the NFL competition is supposed to be a lot more even, a lot more level.
Absolutely.
Like you said, this was a college score. They gave up 70 points.
Yeah.
I'm still reeling looking at that. And like you said, now, personally, I still think the offense has a ways to go. I still think Russell Wilson, the chemistry between him and Sean Payton, they still got a ways to go. But Sean Payton's got to take this one. And then he was talking to the media, I believe, yesterday or earlier today. Yeah. And he was getting a little snippy with the media. He got a little snippy with the media. So he's definitely salty about all the criticism he's getting because he was supposed to come in and be the offensive genius savior for this offense, for this team in general. It hasn't happened yet. They're 0-3. I just talked about 0-3. They're done. This team is done. Now, they may still end up winning 5 or 6 games, but they're done. There's no playoffs for this. So this first year is basically a wash for the Sean Payton era. It's just a wash. They're done.
Tua nor Sam Howell, they're not to be confused with elite quarterbacks. Tua, maybe he can be elite after this season, but he's not elite to me, not yet. He hasn't proven enough. And Sam Howell damn sure hasn't proven enough. And Sam Howell, he dropped 35 on the Broncos defense in week 2, and Tua dropped 70. And I'm like, man, this is unbelievable. Again, I said earlier on the show that the Broncos coaching staff and defense, they should be ashamed to show their faces in the city of Denver this week. They should be ashamed. It was that bad.
I mean, as much blame as we want to put on Sean Payton, and he gets a lot of it because it starts at the top. You know that, Trey. It starts at the top always. Absolutely. But Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, he gets blamed for this too. It's his defense. He is running the show on defense. He's got to take some of this blame. You can't give up 70 points. I mean, at 50, it was disrespectful. Yeah. It was disrespectful at 50.
Yes.
At 70, it's like, all right, now you're just trying to make a mockery of us now. So they got to go back to the drawing board, and they can't have any more embarrassing losses like this. I mean, now we know they're not going to get rid of Sean Payton, even if he has another loss or two that are really bad. He's the first year there. They're paying him a lot of money. But this does not look good moving forward. And they're stuck with Russell Wilson, too.
Yeah,
they're stuck with him. At least a couple more years before they can try to get out of it.
For sure. But we're not going to stay negative, Chris. Let's go to the positive side of this game. Tua Tagovailoa for the season, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1,024 passing yards. He's completing 71% of his passes. They put up 70 without Jalen Waddle, Chris. This is a quarterback in Tua. He's heard the rumors of the Dolphins being interested in Russell Wilson, in Aaron Rodgers, in Tom Brady, in DeShaun Watson. And so you just wonder, how does that affect Tua moving forward? And I feel like so far this season, in the first 3 weeks, Chris, he's the NFL MVP. What do you make of Tua's performance in these first 3 weeks of the season?
Well, before that, aren't you just thinking about how happy the Dolphins front office is? They didn't make that mistake going after Russell Wilson.
Oh, man.
seeing how he's played and how much he's fallen off from his prime years in Seattle, he's fallen off. So they've got to be happy that they didn't make that mistake, right? So Tua, he looks like an MVP. And I gotta put an apology out there. I was not big on Tua before last season. The first couple years, I did not think Tua had it. I didn't think he was going to be able to get it done.
Neither did I, Chris. Neither did I.
I thought, I was like, the jury's out. I got to see more. Well, I've seen more. This kid is good. I got to give it to him. Now, mind you, he has a ton of weapons. I understand. He has a ton of weapons.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's accurate as hell. All right. He gets the ball where it needs to be for his receivers to do what they need to do and the running backs to do what they need to do after the catch. So I got to give him credit. If I had to pick someone right now, he'd probably be the MVP of the league right now. Now, we're only 3 weeks in.
Right.
So we don't want to get too much ahead of ourselves. But right now, and of course, the other thing with Tua, we all just want to see him stay healthy after what happened last year.